Hello, Morning Rush regulars. Oh, Kelly, I forgot to put on my Mount Valley Foundation Services shirt.
Why were you going to do that?
I think I'm gonna open it up for public service and clients of our morning. I'll wear a different shirt. I'll wear your shirt on the video podcast. I meant to put that on today. I'll start that next week. If you got a shirt for your public service event or T-shirt, whatever you got going on, you can send it to me at 316 Greystone Boulevard, and we'll feature it on the video tomorrow show today. Videocast. Good morning, Kelly Nash.
All right, we got a bunch going on here, Jonathan, including the top Halloween costumes have been sold. How many billions of dollars are we going to spend on Halloween?
On Halloween this year, 6.3
That's a great
million.
guess. Oh, million? No, 8.8 billion.
8.8 billion?
Yes, is what we're going to spend.
Billion.
Yes. Now, according to this, that averages about $86.27 per family.
So that's candy, costumes,
That's
decorations,
right.
everything.
That's right. Now, the number one children's costume for 2019 so far is the princess. Superhero is 2. Now, I don't know what the difference is. Superhero is at 2, and then Spider-Man's at 3. Isn't he a superhero? Isn't Avengers also? Because the Avengers characters are at number 4. I thought Spider-Man was an Avenger hero.
Now, see, that's where you got to watch your wording. It's like saying, "Are you ready to romp?" Oh, I almost got sued right there.
Oh.
See, some phrases and superheroes are protected, and if you don't cross genders, ever.
Well, Frozen is all the way down to 9. I remember when Frozen characters were number 1,
Yeah.
and a pirate is at 10. Ghost in at number 7. That was always my favorite as a kid. Just cut the little holes out,
That's right.
and off you go. But that's dropped way back.
Billion.
8.8 billion in total spending. So
Good
maybe we
Lord.
could talk about stuff that. What was your favorite costume? One of the things that the kids never have to deal with, and I don't know what it was like in the South growing up in the North. Halloween is usually a cold night up
Yeah.
north. It'd be like in the upper 30s, low 40s, maybe in the low 50s or something like that. But we used to wear these plastic masks.
Yes.
That it was a very bizarre thing happening. So you'd have, obviously every kid has hair at that point.
Right.
The one rubber band would always get caught in your hair, and it would that would pull out chunks of your hair. At the same time, you're freezing,
Yeah.
but you're sweating under your mask.
Yeah.
I think it was a recipe for pneumonia.
And if you ever stick your tongue out of that little hole, or
Cut it to shreds.
rip it right.
It's like a Chinese torture.
And in the South, we never know. It could be cool or it could just be damned hot. So you gotta guess. You gotta be careful with your costumes. You can't be too hot. Obviously, you would sweat to death.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you got a costume on like you wore, you don't have to put a coat on over it. That kills the look. Right? Spider-Man's gonna show up, wearing a coat.
Come on, kid.
What kind of candy you gonna get for that? None. At my house, none. You got to commit to it.
As we get closer to Halloween, we should talk about, do you, in fact, reward the kids for the better costumes? Like, you get an extra handful.
Right.
And you get one little piece.
Yeah. You get one each.
Now,
You're wearing a dadgum pillow. You're wearing a pillow cover. You get one each.
we've got a story here from Instagram. I think this is so clever. I love this story. They have released a new tool on Instagram this week called Restrict. And what it does is, if somebody leaves an offensive comment on your page, what their research showed is that a lot of people, and I would put myself in this category, not just children, they don't want to engage with people who are saying crazy things on their Instagram account. So if somebody's insulting you
Trolling.
or whatever, they're trolling you or they're bullying you,
Yeah.
most people try to just ignore it.
Right.
Well, with Restrict, it actually does become ignored. It's still there. Nobody can see the comment once the person who's in charge hits
I like
Restrict, and then all their future comments on your page
I
are
like
restricted.
it.
So this person can keep kind of come at you, and they think they're hitting you with great stuff. And they're like, why isn't anybody saying anything? I see it right there. Well, that's why.
That's great.
I'm
I'm loving that.
Yeah, that is a very clever idea.
Yeah, people troll me, and I'm like, generally I'm just very complimentary to them because they'll say stuff like, "I don't listen to that station, and the morning show is boring." I think that was said this week. I'm like, well, we certainly love you. Thank you for not listening or listening. And To me, that just opens up the wound and pours salt in it, because they never reply after that. So, but now I like that even better. That way, I don't even have to put up with it anymore.
That reminds me of my friend Jim Williams. When we were learning how to drive, Jim was a horrible driver. And he would cut off everybody and be on the wrong side of the road and run red lights.
Right.
He was just a horrible driver. And inevitably, somebody's like laying on the horn, and he would just wave at him like he was like, "Oh, hey,
Sally
hey,
does
pal,
that.
how are you?" And that would make him even angrier. And
Sally does that all the time. You're never
really?
going to get a negative reaction when Sally's driving. It doesn't matter what she's doing. She can be talking to her phone, painting her fingernails, all at the same time, all over the road. You blow at her, and she's going, "Hey, how are you?" She'll roll down the window. "How are y'all doing?" Yeah, she'll do that in a minute, and it frosts them.
So we've got the list of the 50 most miserable towns in America. This is the list that you should take great pride in. South Carolina doesn't have any of them.
Excellent.
North Carolina doesn't have any of them. Georgia got 2. Georgia had at number 18 Albany, Georgia, and at number 47 Macon.
Oh, I thought Valdosta would have made the list for sure. Valdosta, Georgia.
Now,
Hot as hell, constantly swatting away alligators. Go to Valdosta.
the thing that has, or the state that has the most is California, has 10 of the most miserable towns. And,
I would have thought they would have all been in the Northeast,
and New
like
Jersey has
Cleveland
9.
and stuff. No?
New Jersey has 9.
Wow.
So between California
The Garden
and
State?
New Jersey, you've almost got half of the list of the most miserable towns in America. Now, interestingly enough, and I wonder how Tumbleweed's going to respond. Number 1, most miserable town in America, Gary, Indiana.
No.
Isn't that the home of
Michael Jackson? What? Are you kidding me? Gary, Indiana?
What a shock.
I know you probably went vacationing there all the time. Did you go to the Jackson house and take the tour?
Right.
Did you? Of course you had to.
Why wouldn't you?
Did they put one ABC on the record player and let you dance along on the front porch?
Oh, man.
That would have been great. Apparently not much with the fun with the kids in Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana, Gary,
What do you remember
Indiana.
Gary being a miserable place?
Well, it's just outside of Chicago, so it was kind of...
You almost count it as Illinois.
they can have it. Yeah, we
it's Illinois.
steel mills, and yeah, it was...
I was talking to a girl from Indiana this week trying to tell me how great the sushi was.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary. And lobster rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about a landlocked state, right?
Fresh
boy.
seafood.
I'm thinking, man, dating you must be tough. Can you imagine? The Hall's Chop House is never coming close to where I'm taking you. If you think sushi in Gary, Indiana is great, I'm going to take you to this great restaurant called Popeyes. You'll love it.
It's so funny how we just base it on the fact that, and Gary, I remember one time when I was in a party in New York City, and this person had had a little bit too much to drink, and was starting to try to make a move on a woman. And she was an attractive lady. And he was trying to portray himself as like a modeling agent or something. And he said, this is literally what he said, "You are amazing. You are so beautiful. Listen, and I know beauty, because I'm from Rochester." And we all died. Oh, if Mr. Rochester says you're hot. Woo!
I only met one girl from Rochester. She was a good-looking girl. I got to give her that. But other than that, I have absolutely no correlation in my life to Rochester, New York.
Yeah, well, that was my point. Was like, so now she should feel free to leave the friendly confines of Manhattan,
Right,
and go on up to the brutal beauty capital of Rochester, New York, and stake her fame and fortune there. We've got 2 contests we got to do tomorrow, Jonathan. 6:30 and 7:15. 6:30 is going to be our Brantley Gilbert concert, and Brantley's coming to town. Well, not really our town. He's coming to Florence in 2020. I think April 23rd is the date. We just have a pair of tickets that you can win.
Okay.
And the question is going to be, of these 5 stories, and both Tumbleweed and Jonathan got all 4 wrong.
All 4 wrong. We've never done that before.
Yeah.
All 4. We
Now-
finally got it right on the 5th guess because it was the only one left.
And the answer is up there for you, so you can just go to the Morning Roast blog now,
Right.
you'll know the answer. But all of these stories are true except one which was slightly tweaked. Dental hygienist loses license for treating his wife. Florida church now sharing space with a strip club. Digital garbage can now knows how and when to take itself to the curb. College student blames IRS for sending him refund checks totaling $1 million after he filed false returns. IRS tells Congress that they audit the poor more than the rich because it's easier. All of those are true stories that have happened in the last few days, except one has been slightly tweaked. Find out that one and know it at 6:30 tomorrow when Brantley Gilbert tickets, and then 7:15.
No. We're doing that for.
No. At 7:15, we do the front row tickets for
Yeah,
Christmas,
right.
and that's why we're doing a Christmas thing.
Oh,
again.
gotcha. Okay.
So on this one, what the question is, adjusted for inflation, what is the biggest box office Christmas movie of all time? I was surprised by it. I really was. And if you know that, you get front row for the Tracy Lawrence Christmas concert happening December 5th here.
Excellent.
Township.
All right, so thank God tomorrow's Friday. That's what we're doing. Tomorrow's show today. I like to celebrate Fridays even on Thursdays. And then also, if you'd like to, you can send me your public service T-shirt. Or if you're a client, then you can send me a shirt. If you want to be a client, you can go talk to Tumbleweed, and he'll make that happen for you. All right, so we got 978 WCOS. That's 978-9267. You use that to call in. Something we talked about today you want to jump in on, great. Or if you got something you want us to talk about, be sure and get in touch with us on social media and use the same number, 978 WCOS, to win your tickets for Brantley Gilbert and Florence and the front row seats for the show coming up at the Township. We're doing all that tomorrow. Thank God it's Friday on the Morning Rush.